Hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of The Warehouse Dream is Alive. My name is Caitlin Abreu, and I am a videographer, storyteller, and maker in general. And if you saw in my last video, you know that a dream I've had for a very long time came true, and that is to have a warehouse space. So today I'm going to take you around the space and kind of just show you what it was intended for, so that when you're watching the next videos, you'll know where you're at and have context for what you're looking at and what space I'm working in. So let's get into it. First, let's make a coffee. I got this really cool measuring cup for beans. So as you can see, oh, I think I have to set it down. Yeah, you have to set it down for it to like show the numbers. But it's a scale while also a dosing cup. So I can actually dose the beans, and then it's waterproof, so I can spray it just with a splash of water to keep the friction from the grinder happening. And then I go ahead and throw it in there, grab the extra beans, and we're good. I definitely need to dial in that grind because it's way too fast. This is one of my favorite things that I made for the space, which is a Encounter knockbox. I was really stoked to do that, just use the jigsaw and then plop that thing inside. This is the video space. This is where basically everything video-wise can go down. Over here, I have a plug that powers basically all of these lights. With also one click, I can turn it all off. The color Kelvin, the Kelvin of those is different than these LEDs, which are 3000 Kelvin. Those are set to daylight, which makes sense for when you're filming a video. But anyways, this corner is super fun. It's nice to have because this doesn't make total sense because these are 3000 Kelvin and those are 5600. But that area is great for filming. This board actually flips around and it becomes a white wall that then we can paint and change colors of as time goes on. So I'm gonna turn off these lights so that the color Kelvin isn't so crazy throughout the video. But right next to this area is still sorting out the lighting in here. The maker's space. So this is kind of like my domain, I guess, this half of the studio, and super fun because we've got our Cricut, we've got a 3D printer and a housing that I made out of scrap pieces from the overall build of the warehouse. And then we have this IKEA Ivor system that basically divides our office space, which you'll see next, from the makerspace. And then these I use as sound dampening panels for when I'm recording videos, and I wrap them around the entire video area. But they also kind of work as like the next divider station. What's fun is this 4x4 foot maker's table is so awesome. Andre built me this, and it's kind of the dream for when you're cutting fabrics, when you're doing any kind of projects. You can have 4 people very comfortably around here. And I keep our EcoFlow generator underneath it on a little dolly, so I'm able to power my sewing machine, which I keep over here in the Ivor panel. And then obviously behind us, we have a pegboard full of tools, storage for all of the things needed for when you're using the Cricut. I'll bring you over there and show you. So as you can see, there's like storage down here for all of that stuff. And then over here, there is more storage cubbies. I got these from Costco and they're 20 bucks each, but they're so awesome because individually, one at a time. So I can just grab this and go, and I put labels on the fronts. These are empty right now, but anyways, I can grab one at a time and go with it, or I can keep them in this case and take one, and they're also stackable, these cases. So actually over in my camera storage area, I have a ton of them, and they're all labeled with all of my like smaller camera gear that gets used often. I'll take you over there now so you can see that. So if you're looking at the makerspace and you just do a complete 180, you'll see over here we have a very humble and weird bathroom that we're not really trying to make look cool. And then over here, this is all of the camera storage, which I actually love because I love having everything dialed in. And you'll see on these shelves, so these are those systems, and you'll notice like on this one we have like the Sony rig kit, the audio cables, Hollyland kit, our photo kit, our rigging stuff, V-mount batteries, things like that. And then just down below, we have our Lumix kit, contacts, lenses, USB-C cables, HDMI cables. This one I made actually a charging bay, so really fun. All of my Sony batteries live inside of here. The charger's right here, so I can just take a battery, and I divided it so you can see if they're dead or charged. This for me really helps because I would come in here to make a video and the batteries would be dead, and then I wouldn't want to make the video. But what's fun is I drilled a hole through the back, so all the cable mess is hidden behind here, and it's great for when I want to record videos. I made sure to put the shelving height on this one enough so that I can actually open my Pelican all the way, grab stuff out of it, and keep it here so that I don't have to continually get it up and down. And then these work the same. And then down here is just basically lighting for when I take my lighting to go on a shoot. It's all of the rolling cases down there. And then up top is things that I use the least, which is more sound dampening blankets, which are just moving blankets, and then other storage for things. There I have my little collapsible like rolling thing, and that's super nice for when I go on shoots to get things from the back of the warehouse to the front and not have to carry everything. So moving just past the makerspace is our office space. We actually created this subfloor out of free pallets we got off Facebook Marketplace, and then these 8x4 boards from Home Depot, and we're really happy with it. It's actually pretty sturdy, and we just drilled everything down, and we have space here for 4 people to work. We need to build the 4th office chair, but the idea is that friends can come and co-work with us. I really like this space. It's super simple, but I come in, I sit down, and I get straight to work, and I feel productive. I'm able to be productive, which is a great feeling for me. Just across from the office in the makerspace is my husband's mechanic area. So this is for all of the bikes that come in, all of the shipments. You can see there's a bunch of handlebars over there. Constantly, there's always a bike here on this stand being worked on, being built, bottom brackets being put in, quality control going on before Oak bikes go out. Super fun. We just got 20 more bikes in inventory just yesterday, so those are all going to be headed out soon too. It's really fun, and honestly, the mess of it means that things are happening and it's successful, so we're kind of fine with the mess. Right next to the mechanic area and kind of divided by another Iver system is the living room. We had our friend Sarah Harris come and paint this mural. And as you can see on the Iver system is just some bike products, things like that. This open sign I've had since I was like 15 years old. Love it. We made this 12-foot bench that can seat a bunch of people. Sometimes it holds a bike. And all these boxes right here are more shipments that just came in. And then over to the other side, we have bike parking. Something really exciting that's about to be happening is we're gonna put 3 window panels in this door, which we have 1 window over here, so it's just gonna bring in so much more light into this kind of dim area. It's where we can actually make coffees for people. And then inside of this little room, we really weren't sure kind of what to do with this space, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is our entry room through the door. And we mostly use this in the winter for entrance to keep the warehouse warm. We have heaters in this room and in the main space. You've probably heard that humming in the background. But our son sleeps in here, takes naps in here. Sometimes we take a nap in here. We wanted this to basically be like the Zen space where you could come and just like chill and decompress from work. And another really fun thing is that it actually has a window for some reason built in. And so we can be sitting here working on our computers, glance in here and see our son taking a nap on the couch. And then we have this mirror over here, just some fun artwork and other nice things. And then a coat rack and another window which leads you out to the coffee area and bike parking. We made sure to put kind of really fun signage throughout the space, so to the studio. I'd say the biggest challenge right now is the different lighting throughout the space, and so we're about to put some windows in that will help brighten up the bike parking area and even more so the coffee area. But yeah, figuring out that lighting situation was kind of tough because we didn't want 5,600 Kelvin bulbs on the ceiling because it would just make things feel so blue and like sterile. So we wanted the warm light, which is 2,700 or 3,000 Kelvin. For those LEDs, which we got off of Amazon. They're pretty awesome. I'll put the link in the description because you literally can connect like 6 of them to each other and plug them into one plug. And we were able to light the whole mechanic area, the whole makers area, and then everything else we kind of wanted to keep moody and we can light as needed. But that was super nice. So I'm really happy that we found those. Ultimately, it just kind of feels like this is our space where we get to come and create and hang out and spend time with our friends and people we've just met. We always wanted a space where we can invite others into, whether it's for cycling or creative work or to use the machines we have, like the Cricut or the 3D printer or a laser machine someday soon, and or to just work on video stuff, photo stuff, to come and edit and hang out and have a space that feels communal. So yeah, that's what this is. And so far, we are just so happy that we're here, we're in the space, and it's a dream that absolutely has come true. So thankful that we're here and just trying to be present in it all because time seriously flies. So some things I like to do for myself. I like to keep tripods everywhere. So we have this mini tripod that can actually extend a little bit. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear that I own. And I use this because I'm able to just plop my camera on it. And then I have no more excuses for why I'm not making videos. And then I can just set it up. Over here, sorry, I need to make this straight. You'll see another kind of monopod type thing that's connected to this desk. And I use it to connect my DJI Osmo Pocket. And then basically what I do is just throw this on top of here. And I get almost a 360 view because this has face tracking. So it'll literally track me as I walk around. And the biggest part of this is having tripods everywhere helps me to actually create things and not create excuses, which is really important for my brain. Now, if you know me, you know I have been in the creative field for a very long time. I actually started shooting weddings when I was like 13 years old with an older friend of mine who was starting to shoot weddings, and he invited me to come along. And I was friends with his younger brother, and so we both went, and we literally got paid $175 to shoot our first wedding. We each got 175 bucks. And I remember editing that video. I think I edited it in the original Final Cut, and it was invigorating. And I've been hooked ever since. I love storytelling. I love capturing people's stories. I love asking questions. And one of the main things that inside of my business, Storyfold, which is just my video production company, I say this phrase, which is to document curiosity. Whenever I'm not really sure what I'm doing, I make sure to remind myself that I'm doing this because I love to be curious. I'm not doing this because, I love to tax over edits and spend a bunch of time at the computer. I love what I do because I get paid to be curious. And a lot of my childhood, I think I was in trouble because I was curious. I was like too curious, like whatever that phrase is, like curiosity killed the cat. Well, it kind of made my career. And I feel like curiosity is one of the best things we can have towards getting to know people, getting to know strangers, having empathy for others, learning stories. We don't learn anything if we don't ask questions. And so I have actually this little paper, which you saw in my last video, which is one curious step at a time, because I get to do what I love. I forgot what I wrote, but it's so true. And I keep it here on my desk and I stare at it all the time when I'm feeling bogged down or in a creative rut. And ultimately, I am so thankful for what I get to do. It's crazy. and to have this space. It's wild. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and they're gonna become a little bit more specific to a craft, I'd say, going forward, or something specific I'm doing. But I really appreciate you being here, and I hope this video has inspired you to go out and make something and to not get too in your head about it and to stay curious. See you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and I hope you're doing well.